Have you ever wondered who the richest person in history was? It's not Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, or Bill Gates. The title belongs to a 14th century West African king named Mansa Musa. His wealth was so immense, so legendary, that it's almost impossible to calculate in modern terms. We read talking about a fortune that would make today as billionaires look like they just getting by. So, how did one man accumulate such staggering riches? And what did he do with it? Stick around as we dive into the incredible story of Mansa Musa, the king of gold. To understand Mansa Musa's wealth, we need to look at his kingdom, the Mali Empire. In the early 1300s, this empire was the largest gold producer in the world. Historians estimate that at its peak, Mali controlled more than half of the world's gold supply. And all of that gold belonged to the king, the Mansa. When Musa Keita I ascended to the throne around 1312, he became the sole owner of this unimaginably vast resource. The Mali Empire wasn't just rich in gold. It was also a major hub for salt, another incredibly valuable commodity at the time. Salt was literally worth its weight in gold in some parts of the ancient world. Mansa Musa controlled the major salt mines and the trade routes that crisscrossed West Africa. This gave him a dual monopoly on the two most sought-after resources of his era. So he had the gold, he had the salt, and he had the power. But the world didn't truly know the extent of his wealth until he decided to take a trip. In 1324, Mansa Musa embarked on one of the most extravagant journeys in human history, the Hajj, the sacred pilgrimage to Mecca. This wasn't just a simple trip. It was a mobile city of gold stretching for miles. His caravan consisted of an astonishing 60,000 people. This included 12,000 servants, each dressed in fine silk and carrying a 4-pound gold bar. Imagine that for a moment, a procession with thousands of people, each holding pure gold. And that's not all. The caravan also included 80 to 100 camels, and each camel was loaded with up to 300 pounds of gold dust. This wasn't just a pilgrimage. It was a statement. Mansa Musa was showing the world the power and prosperity of the Mali Empire. As he traveled through cities like Cairo, he didn't just pass through. He gave away gold. He gave it to the poor, he donated to mosques, and he spent lavishly in the local markets. His generosity was legendary, but it had an unintended consequence. When he arrived in Cairo, he gave away so much gold that he completely destabilized the local economy. The value of gold plummeted, and it took the city over a decade to recover from the sudden inflation. Think about that. One man spent so much money on his vacation that he single-handedly caused an economic crisis in an entire region. This event was so dramatic that it was recorded by scholars and historians across the Middle East and Europe. It's one of the main reasons we know so much about Mansa Musa today. His journey literally put him and the Mali Empire on the map. European cartographers started drawing the Kingdom of Mali on their maps, often depicting its king holding a golden scepter or a nugget of pure gold. After completing his pilgrimage to Mecca, Mansa Musa returned to Mali, but he didn't come back alone. He brought with him scholars, architects, poets, and artists from across the Islamic world. He was deeply inspired by the grand mosques and universities he had seen on his journey, and he wanted to bring that same level of intellectual and architectural brilliance back home. This marked the beginning of a golden age for the Mali Empire, not just in terms of wealth, but in terms of culture and knowledge. He wasn't just a king hoarding gold. He was a nation builder with a vision. One of his most enduring legacies is the city of Timbuktu. Under Mansa Musa's rule, Timbuktu was transformed from a small but important trading post into a world-renowned center for Islamic scholarship and education. He commissioned the construction of the legendary Djingueber Mosque, a magnificent structure made of earth and wood that still stands today. He also established the University of Sankar, which became one of the most important intellectual centers in the world. Scholars and students from Africa, the Middle East, and even Europe flocked to Timbuktu to study subjects like law, medicine, astronomy, and theology. The university's libraries housed hundreds of thousands of manuscripts, making it one of the largest collections of books in the world at the time. Mansa Musa's investment in education and culture paid off, solidifying Timbuktu's reputation as a mythical city of wisdom and wealth for centuries to come. So, what happened to all this wealth? After Mansa Musa's death around 1337, the Mali Empire began a slow decline. The vast gold mines eventually began to run dry, and the trans-Saharan trade routes that had brought so much prosperity shifted. Over the next 2 centuries, the once mighty Mali Empire fractured and was eventually absorbed by the rising Songhai Empire. The legendary wealth of Mansa Musa faded into history, becoming more of a legend than a reality. But his legacy lives on, not just in the stories of his incredible riches, but in the cultural and intellectual foundations he laid. When we talk about the richest people in history, it's easy to focus on numbers and figures. But the story of Mansa Musa is about so much more than that. It's a story about how wealth can be used to build a nation, foster education, and create a lasting cultural legacy. He didn't just accumulate gold. He invested it in his people and his kingdom. He turned the Mali Empire into a beacon of knowledge and sophistication that shone across the medieval world. His journey to Mecca wasn't just a display of wealth. It was a brilliant act of public relations that put West Africa on the global stage. He showed the world that a powerful, prosperous, and culturally rich civilization was thriving south of the Sahara. So, how rich was he really? Estimates vary wildly, but some modern economists have tried to put a number on it. Adjusting for inflation, his fortune could be valued at around $400 billion in today's money. But even that number doesn't capture the full picture. His wealth wasn't in stocks or assets. It was in pure gold, a resource he had almost complete control over. His wealth was so great that it was described as inexpressible. There was simply too much of it to comprehend. He is a powerful reminder that history is full of incredible figures whose stories are just waiting to be told. Figures who challenge our modern perceptions of wealth, power, and influence. Mansa Musa's story is a testament to a vibrant and powerful African history that is often overlooked. He was a visionary leader who used his immense wealth not just for personal gain, but for the betterment of his empire and his people. He built mosques that still stand, founded universities that enlightened the continent, and created a legend that has captivated the world for nearly 700 years. The richest man in history wasn't just rich in gold. He was rich in ambition, faith, and a desire to build a kingdom that would be remembered forever. Thanks so much for watching. What do you find most fascinating about Mansa Musa's story? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this journey back in time, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more incredible stories from history. We'll see you in the next one.